Hello, it's Rick with Phoneware. I'm going to demonstrate for you how to download and install the Accession Communicator app and give you a few tips on using it. So first, let's go to the App Store and let's do a search for Accession Communicator. There it is, and then we'll touch the download button there. So now while that's downloading, let me tell you a couple of other prerequisites, things that you'll have to have. You will need to have a subscription to the Accession service. It's an optional service. It's inexpensive, but it is an option. And then when you log in, you'll be logging in with your office phone 10-digit phone number and your COM portal password. If you don't know your office phone 10-digit phone number, you can just lift your handset on your office phone and that 10-digit direct number will be shown on the upper left of your phone. And if you don't know your COM portal password, that should be printed on your user guide that you got with your phone. You could also go to azphoneware.com and select the login user COM portal link and use the forgot password function to reset your password, or just check with your system administrator or contact us and we can get you that password if you don't know what it is. Okay, looks like we're about done here. There we are. So we're going to go ahead and open Accession Communicator. And we're going to get a few questions here on some permissions that we'll need to give Accession. So we will allow everything. And now we're going to go to login. First thing we have to do when we go to login is choose a carrier. And you're going to search for Phoneware. That's us. And then accept the terms of use. And now you're going to log in with that 10-digit phone number we talked about. This is the 10-digit number of your office phone. And your password. And I'm going to go ahead and remember my password. Okay, so we're logging in. And again, I've got a few more questions here that I just say okay to. Next question is Accession wants to know my 10-digit mobile number so that calls can be moved from the Accession app onto my mobile phone native phone number if I've got a poor data connection. So I put in my mobile number there. And then you've got some welcome screens that give you some information about some of the features of Accession. I'm just going to flip through those, but you might want to take the time to read them in more detail when you install Accession on your mobile phone. Okay, and that's it. We'll close that. And now we are in Accession. It brought us first to the contact screen, but we're going to jump over to the phone screen. So if I want to make a call from here, I touch the dial pad, make a call like so. Now, I'm not going to make this call just yet because it'll take over the audio of my recording here. But when I do make this call, I'll do it here, but I'll mute out while I do it. That will be using my office extension. The person that I've called will see my office phone number as the caller ID. If people in my office have, a button to show my extension status, they'll see that I'm on my phone, but I may not be in the office. I could be out of state even, but I'm still using my office phone extension where I'm at. So let me go ahead and make this call. Again, I will mute out while this happens. Okay, so we're back. That was a phone call. Also, if someone calls my office phone, calls my extension or my direct line, it's going to ring my office phone and it's going to ring on the Accession app here simultaneously, so I can answer the call from here. And because this is part of the office phone system, I could then transfer that call to another extension if I need to, which of course is something that you can't do on a mobile phone. I can also access my voicemail from right here. And because I have voicemail transcription, I can read my messages. I could touch the play button right there and play the message to hear through my speaker if I wanted to. I can view my deleted voicemail messages and, delete messages. I can control my whole voicemail from here. Okay. I can also view my call history of calls that I've made. And then if we jump over to chat, I can chat with other people either via Accession or via a regular cell phone SMS. I can either get to the chat like this by starting it manually like that, or I could go over to the contacts here and pick a person there and start the chat like that. Okay, so there's a few different ways that you can get to chat. Let's go back over to contacts and view all my contacts. So I'm going to be seeing all of my contacts that are on my mobile phone and on my Accession app. I want my office, my coworkers to show up as my favorites. So I can touch each one of them and touch the star there at the top. So what that's going to do, I'll show you in just a moment, is they're going to show up at the top at all times, and I will be able to see their extension status, whether they're on a call or they're in Do Not Disturb or whatever the case may be. So now, if I go to the very top of my list, I see my favorites there, Greg, Mark, Greg, and Paula, and I can see that right now all four of them are in Do Not Disturb. It's after hours. But if they were on a call, I would see that they were busy, etc. So you get to see the status of other extensions in your office. And of course, I could call any of them just by, touching their button, and then whichever phone number I want to call, touch to call them, or I can chat. I can also do video from Accession here. It does actually have video calling, kind of like FaceTime. And let's see, I can also touch my own icon at the top here, and I can control my availability. So right now I'm in Do Not Disturb. I can make myself available or go back to Do Not Disturb. If I make myself available, I can also forward my extension somewhere if I want to, or determine how my calls ring. And a few other settings in here that you can customize this a little bit more. And then if I don't want to receive calls anymore on Accession, so now when people call my office phone, I want it to only ring my office phone and not ring my mobile. What I'll do is I touch on my icon there, scroll to the very bottom, and log out. And now the Accession app is logged out, and if someone calls my extension or my direct number, it will not ring on my office phone anymore. I'm sorry, my mobile phone here. It will only ring on my office phone. So that's it. Accession is a very powerful extension of the Phoneware cloud-based business telephone service. The Accession app has iPhone, Android, Windows, and Mac flavors, so it's very compatible with most of the platforms that are in use today. If you have any questions, let us know. Thanks for watching.